and he might be a scientist, and he might be smarter than the children that keep showing up, but that don't matter. Wow. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? All right, so we're back with another installment of this gym of mine, being our little fairy boys. There was a mishap at the end of the last episode that I feel I should clear up. I did not realize when I was going to end my day as a gym leader, and try to go to sleep. Instead, when I left the gym, I immediately got pulled into a story scenario, and that was not recorded, so I cannot plug it in. Some things that did happen was we fought the biker gang again. The mayor opened up the commercial district to us, and I believe that is about it. It is a bummer that that information was not able to be on this episode, but I think we're going to keep pursuing. I think eventually in the future I will do a redo of this series that is actually going to be a Nuzlocke, something more difficult. And yeah, so that is going to be the intent. And if you are here for the show, awesome. Make sure that you subscribe. These are coming out every Wednesday and Saturday, if my schedule is correct in my head, because sometimes I will admit that I am not always thinking about my drop schedule until I'm actually starting to schedule things on YouTube. So keep in mind, I'm not perfect. I forget things. These are probably good for beginning trainers that don't know that information, but over the last couple years I've been trying to teach myself more. We're actually going to go to the commercial district and see what's going on. I did not go there. I did not do anything. I simply just did what I needed to save. Had I been smarter, I would have just hit record and played through it. I just didn't expect it to be an actual cutscene. But let's get into it. Ah, you must be the new gym leader. Glad to finally make your acquaintance. I assume you're here about the commercial district. Let's go, straight to the point. This place is your canvas. Plenty of spaces here for any building you wish. However, there are also 3 buildings you can only place here. The museum, factory, and landmark plans can only be used here. They cause much more drastic changes to the landscape than the other 3 plans do. So we have to keep them away from the residents. They also drastically change your paycheck, so keep that in mind as well. Each one will reduce one factor while dramatically raising the others. Oh, but we also have 3 facilities here for you to use. The mall has a myriad of items for you. The gentleman in front of the census building can tell you your projected revenue or recommend buildings. Finally, you can buy plans, factories, museums, and landmarks from me in the smallest building. I wait for your decision to be made. Interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. It adds more depth, because when we were just looking at the 3 basically apartment complexes, not even houses, you couldn't even add houses, which was kind of a bummer. But hello, Gym Leader Awen. How may I be of your assistance? Recommend a building. Let me think. I'd recommend a neo building or a factory to help build industry. All right. That's good to know. I assume this is the tiny building he was referring to. This is the tiny building he was referring to. It's nicely decorated. I do think the table is in a bad placement, but it be what it be. Building 5, demolition. Is it a landmark? Factory, museum, eye-catching building, neo building, or normal building. Well, I don't have enough of any of that to help. So, do you have anything to sell? Well, I'm not using Eviolite. We have hit a snag. Interesting. So we need to make mores of the monies. What are you? Starter park. Come, your new friends here. Ooh, our starter park isn't ready. Just please come back soon. Dang it. I mean, the only one I think I can use is Poplio. When it evolves into Primarina. I could be wrong. Maybe something else can learn Dazzling Gleam. Maybe Delphox? Maybe? I don't know. I feel like there's like psychic overlays between. Hi, gym leader. If you happen to see a Pokeflute around here, can you give it back to me? I dropped it somewhere. Yeah, I can definitely do that. I don't know if I should just keep building these ratchet buildings or keep pursuing. The one thing I have noticed is I'm getting a lot of grass, like a lot of grass. So it might be time to bring Cutiefly back so that we have something to go against grass. Because right now we are not, and we're not getting a whole lot, I feel like, of water. Could be wrong. Maybe we're getting more water than I remember. But right now I feel like we're not getting enough. We're not getting that much water. So Dedenne can go home. Rabumbi can come with me. And we might actually do some training to start out. Because we did get crushed by a scientist last time, and obviously we are not trying to just like get wiped. We do not want to hand out tons of badges. We want to be that gym leader that is just like, you're smashing face on, and you're not smashing face on. You're not smashing face on me if you keep getting your badges. And he might be a scientist, and he might be smarter than the children that keep showing up, but that don't matter. Wow. That's not cool. I mean, it makes sense that it's super effective, but to insta-kill, like, that's insane. It's almost like you can only build one team. That is the downside to, in my opinion, of leveling, like having a leveling system like this, is the fact that you could literally only have one team. Because if you build that team, now everything is at your level, and it doesn't appear to be going down from your level, so you're just kind of stuck with like having one team. Like it's not ever going to be easy to actually like maneuver around and build a whole new team, or continually build a team, if the system is set up to basically, and maybe it's just like all your higher level mons. Like if you have the highest level mon you have is like your areas, is your areas like, oh my gosh, man. This is why I wanted, this is 100% why I wanted Cutiefly back. Because it Cutiefly been back, I could have literally just, I don't know what bug move I have. I know I have a bug move, and I would have just been over. It would have been a no-brainer, just done. Not even had to think about it. But yeah, I don't have enough mons to even consider swapping the entire team to, you know, the check and see if that's the case. And I don't really want to just keep bodying mons just to determine whether, because if I go out there with, say, Fomantis and Rabumbi, and I'm wrong that it's not going to balance the level, then we're just going to watch Rabumbi get just stomped out, and we're likely to watch Fomantis get stomped out too. So it's gonna be not so fun. I mean, I guess eventually I should practice it, because if we're going to do a Nuzlocke of this in the future, most likely Ghost type, we do kind of want the understanding of, do we have the ability to do that for training, or are we just going to get, oh, we don't even have a bug move. That's a bummer. I for sure thought we had a bug move. Also at this point, oh my gosh. Really, Stun Spore has a 55% or 75% accuracy, and so does Thunder Wave unless it was changed in this. But now we're just like, all right, it's fine. Thanks, RNG. You're wonderful, fantastic. I'll take Draining Kiss. I mean, why not? It's got to be better than Absorb, yeah. Floette versus a Floette. I wonder. See, it's weird because I keep trying to think of like mons that fit the type situation that like this is like obviously one of the types that doesn't have one of every typing mixed with it. So like I did check during the last one, we don't have a fire fairy. I'm pretty sure when I checked there wasn't a poison fairy, but even on top of that, like not every fairy is in this game. So since not every fairy is in this game, we aren't even going to see like most of the fairies that could fit in to the idea of like that could actually slot here. This is a hard one because it's poison grass and Rabumbi doesn't even have a bug move. Oh, Goomy, not Gloom. Oh, that's different. That's a whole different situation. I don't know why I read Gloom. All right. Well, our reputation keeps going up. That's always awesome. Every time I try to go back and just heal, I get hit with another trainer. Nothing is safe here. And see, like this is where I would rely on like an ice fairy, but I mean, one doesn't come to mind. I actually think there is one. None come to mind. And I could also just be thinking about Fakemon at this point. Dude, you suck. I guess hypothetically, I could literally just bring any mons that I want to cook with out in nature, and I don't have to really worry about typing. It's only when I go to the gym. I don't know, when you play that, if you've played this or when you play this, do you stick hard to it must be that type, or are you okay with deviating that isn't your gym? So like when you're just fighting random trainers, are you okay with basically saying, oh well, you know, I've seen a bunch of bug types, so I'm just gonna go catch a Firemon or a bird and just, you know, not have to deal with them? Or are you strictly like, nope, I have to stick to the rules that I am monotyped, and if there isn't one of that type in my in the game that fits for, oh my gosh, that fits for this mon, do you just go, okay, never mind, I'm just gonna have to I'm gonna smash head against concrete, I'm gonna, like, as long as it's not type disadvantage, we're just gonna have to aim for neutral? Because that's usually like, I'm trying to add some level of complexity to it, so like keeping monotyping kind of feels like it adds a complexity to it that it normally otherwise wouldn't have. But at the same time, I'm sure some of these fights would be pretty much insta-wins if I actually went and searched for typing. But then again, at that point, I do feel like initiating some kind of Nuzlocke rule, but basically like, oh, the first mon in the area I'm allowed to get, but if it dies outside the gym, then it's done. Which maybe that is the way to Nuzlocke this game. Maybe the hard Nuzlocke rule is just the idea that in the gym it doesn't count, like deaths don't count, because obviously you're doing your job, but deaths outside of the gym do count towards the Nuzlocke. So like any battle that is not gym oriented is Nuzlocke okay, and same with like captures. The only problem for that in my mind is like you have to have a certain amount of mons. So it's almost like once you get your team of 3, you could actually like start instilling the Nuzlocke rule. I don't know. Maybe someone's already built a Nuzlocke rule for this game, and I'm just like making it harder than it needs to be. I have no PP. Oh man. See, like there, I'd lose my starter if we were doing a Nuzlocke. I would lose my starter in my mind. But yeah, so I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. That is what they're there for. I do read them when people do respond, and I do respond back. So as long as you're not trolling, I'm 100% responsive. But nonetheless, yeah, let me know what you think, because at the end of the day, like, I think there is a level of like desire to make it more difficult. I mean, like, the game's not that hard so far. I mean, like, yeah, there's some level of difficulty just because of being monotyped, but like overall it hasn't been to the point where it's like I'm feeling overwhelmed. It's more like the game has normal complexity like pretty much any Pokemon game does in the beginning, until you get so over leveled. I would say the only change to that feeling is the idea that, you know, I am stuck to a single typing, so like no matter what, if I run into things that Metal Claw me I'm just and super effectively just take me out, then it's over. And if I forget that I have teleport to go back and heal, then I have to fight 15 trainers. It is a bummer that it seems like every Drugan that we find basically has Metal Claw. Because training could be... I can't use in here. That's so silly. I feel like we've experienced that before, and the last time we did it too, it was still silly. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. I don't know. Maybe I should just try out another one, see if we give another gym badge away. Obviously, like, that's not the ideal situation, is to give a gym badge away, but at the end of the day, we are a gym leader, so we should give out a few badges here and there, but I just don't want to get stomped. I hope trainers like you raise their Pokemon. If you'd like, I can battle you with a team made up of entirely Blissies. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be like hitting head against concrete. Oh wow. That's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. Oh, not only that, it does damage to itself. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So literally you just like don't even have to do anything. That's crazy. Wow. Alright, I don't know that we'll use this too much because honestly it feels, one, boring, and two, it just like kind of hurts my soul that I'm getting... Holy what? Whoa, 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 what? 20,000 XP? That's insane. That is insane. I mean, I guess if the whole proponent is like, this is how gym leaders train to make themselves like super uber strong, sure. But like, and it fulfills my like complaint about having to go and train mons in the wild. But I also feel like if there's any EV settings to this, like your mons are still going to be underscaled because they don't have the EVs necessary to even perform in your gym well. I could be wrong, but that is the feeling I have at this very moment in time. I was wondering when it was going to stop, to be honest. Like, it's just never going to stop. It's going to go on forever. I'm wondering also if someone could help me out. Is there a shiny stone I can buy somewhere? Like, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that is what Floette takes to evolve, is a shiny stone. I could be wrong, but it has been a while since I evolved my Floette to a Florges in Scarvy, but okay, so I am a Pokédex completer, but I do not catch every variant of a mon, excluding ones from like different regionals. Like I do have every Hisui version of a mon because I think like that's just, I mean, if you're completing a Pokédex, it's technically it is a region, and it should be completed in that regard. But like, I don't go out of the way to capture like every flower type of Flabébé, and then evolve them into every flower type of Florges. I don't go and catch, you know, trying to think of some of the other. I don't go and catch every version of Alcremie. Like I mean, you can for sure, and I think if that's something that you like, more power to you. It's not something, I feel like that's kind of tedious when you're already trying to catch every mon and every shiny there is. You trying to just be like, okay, now let me go and catch every single type of every mon that's ever been out there. It feels, I don't know, feels silly. Doesn't necessarily mean it is, just to me it feels silly. But to each his own, and if you do that, that is awesome. I commend you. I also wonder, I guess I've never actually considered to check this, but does every type of Florges have a different shiny? Or is it all one shiny, but there are 4 different types of Florges? That's something I should probably look into. As for my shiny dex, it is terribly incomplete. My Nat dex is almost complete. I have like 10% left to complete, I think. I'm at like 880 something mons. So I guess a little bit under 10%, or a little bit over 10%. So maybe like 12%, I don't know. But I'm not very far, and to be honest, I probably have at least 20 or 30 of those mons in various games that I just haven't moved over into home yet. If you're a dex completer, how far along are you in your own personal dex journey? And I hope for your sake that you got some of the special events back in old games and are able to transfer them up through Pokemon Bank. Because otherwise, I feel for you. I hope that we get some special events this year. I mean, I know Marshallow's currently being pushed in Pokemon Go, so go get that. If you watch this video late, like late, like years in the future, then you probably missed it. I don't know if they'll bring it back. I don't know if it's a continuous one. I know that Volcanion was this year's Pokemon Go Fest mon, so if you want to do Go Fest, there's always that. And I was wrong. My My Aether is not going to be a Glade. It is going to be a Gardevoir because I don't even remember how to evolve it into Glade. Should have warned you, strong trainers have heard about your escapades. I'd say you shouldn't set foot in that gym till you're about level 30-ish. I hear someone sells lucky eggs around the corner, around here, and cheaply too. I'd suggest finding them and coming back here. There's a lucky egg seller? Hit him with that lucky egg. I don't know that I really need them. That was like quite a bit of you're Awen, correct? I have something to ask you. I hear there is a flower that only grows in the Badlands. It is said to have a beautiful aroma. I'd love to see it, but the Rogue Riders has set up their base there. I can't set foot in the place. If you could do it for me, I would be very thankful. It is called a Garciadeae flower. I hope it's not a bother. So they're like the shaman flowers? Oh, hello there. I make and sell lockets in my spare time. Would you like one? Let's see what you got. An item to be held by a Pokemon, boosts happiness, and may help some Pokemon evolve. Are some Pokemon EVs? Because now I'm seeing a sun and a moon locket, and I'm also wondering what the regular locket does. Because this is, and I'm going to put semi-blind, I have done minor checkups. I'm the rare Candyman. I come from a faraway place, and I can help your Pokemon to new heights. What? Oh, there's the lucky eggs. That's a lot of money for a lucky egg. I was thinking like 5,000. I don't know. I might just hit head against pavement and just we might just go for it, do another round of Blisseys, and then that might call it on this one. Because like we are trying to get that factory. Obviously we're trying to make some money, like real money. And the lucky eggs are something we want, but we need something that like actually already affords us the ability to, you know, utilize the town in ways that could make us generate income more efficiently. Fallen poof. Also, I like to be a little bit ahead of anything. If they told me level 30-ish, I'm assuming that's level 35 at bare minimum, which means I am aiming for bare minimum 35. Although these battles probably don't take any brain cells whatsoever. I mean, it kills itself for you, so I mean, I could literally just continuously click Dazzling Gleam over and over and over and never ever have to do anything. Again, totally fine by me. It feels a little cheap, and maybe if we do the Nuzlocke variant, we take out the use of the Blissey, because it is kind of, like I said, it's kind of cheap, and instead we force ourselves to do grinding streams to get our mons up to level. I would say the only exclusion is maybe we're allowed to do the, well, no, there's rare candies. Like, at the end of the day, we could do rare candies similar to like when you watch other people do like cage locks, nuzlocks, stuff like that. A lot of people will use rare candies just to get themselves up to hardcore nuzlocke level cap before entering a gym. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Again, I think working out the rules with the comment section is totally how I think I'm going to do it, and if I don't have comments, then I will start to build it out on my own. I don't think I'm going to do another this gym of mine. I wouldn't say like for somewhat of a while. Like, it's not going to be we finish this run and then we do a Nuzlocke version of it. It's going to be we finish this run, move on to another game, and maybe we come back to it after. Because at the end of the day, I do like having some variants. This is going to be slightly longer than expected. by slightly longer, maybe a couple minutes over because of this Blissey. But in the next one, we will actually go back into the gym. We will hopefully build our factory. We might go do that side quest for the lady who wanted me to acquire the Gracidia flower, shaman flower. I don't know. I usually just refer to things as either by the Pokemon that it's necessary for, or yeah, like the Palkia orb or the Dialga orb. I'm sure there's tons of people who know what they are actually called. I myself do not think of it that wholeheartedly. I'm still getting to know the items that are needed per specific mon, excluding choices, because the choices are pretty easy to remember and understand. I guess if we're gonna do another physical, which I don't think is like entirely necessary. Yeah, our physical is booty. Is a big old booty. All right. So yeah, we're gonna end it there, and we will actually catch you in the next one. If you would love some, comments, if you watched, hit me with some of your ideas. Would love to hear it. Definitely will reach back out to you. Coolest comment will get pinned, and maybe in 10 years after I pop off, people will come back and be like, oh yeah, look at that person. But yeah, catch you in the next one. We out.